Most of all, the divorce. I knew that I was lost in my marriage, and it wasn't, I think it was more that I just knew something was missing all those years, and I've come to believe that God wasn't in our marriage. And when I tried to tell myself it was going to survive without the Lord, and it wasn't. And I think like going through that process is, I was embarrassed, so I didn't want to come to church. I didn't want to be judged. I didn't want to have that feeling like, well, she's divorced, and I think that was even a question I had outside, coming in. But that was the hardest part. But I had a lot of loss before that, and I was just really angry. I was just really, really angry, and I didn't know how to turn to God in that situation instead of just be mad all the time. I think my heart was just angry. Just absolutely the family feeling, the welcome feeling. I think my favorite part still to today is the fellowship of greeting everybody and hugs, and it's overwhelming the amount of support and friendships that I have made, and people checking on me all the time, even when I don't even care to check on myself. And they're, where's your son today? What's going on? Did you have a good week? Just the comfort, the support, the joy. It's my new family. It's the family I needed for the majority of my life, obviously, because I chose not to come to church. Yeah. God's word has come alive to me weekly now, just knowing that I know how to pick up a Bible and get meaning out of it. When I was in church previously, we had it read to us and selected, passages, and it didn't mean a lot to me. And now I feel like I understand it, and it's meaningful, and I leave with a message that makes me feel like God is really working inside of me. There's times I leave and it's so powerful, and I just want to go home and read more. And I was embarrassed when I first came because I didn't even I had to ask people, where do you find that? Like, how do I even? And now it's a book on my nightstand that I pick up all the time, and that's powerful for me because I didn't know. I knew what the Bible was, but I didn't know it had so much meaning behind it. I didn't understand, I guess. So the worship and the music at Crossroads to me is probably one of my favorite things that did lead me back to church. I did grow up in the choir, so I sang at the church choir, but it was just fun. But I really feel like the message from the music goes right along with every part of the worship. I mean, it's amazing. Okay, the women's Bible study at Hawesville was probably the best thing that I've done as far as fellowship since I've been at coming to Crossroads. Everyone that attended was so overwhelming. I cried, imagine that, the first time I went, but I told them I'm here because I'm going through a divorce, and I need to have this, and I need to learn how to get through it. And at that moment, the room got silent, but every one of those women, hey, I get it, and it was amazing to see how many connections that were made in that small amount of time, and I looked forward to it every week. We all had such a great time together. It was wonderful. My name is Alicia Connor, and I am all in.